so today we are going to do a room tour. I haven't done one of these in quite some time. If you've been following my channel for a while, the last time I did that was at the last location where I lived at. And this backdrop right here did not look like that whatsoever. So it's going to be pretty interesting because I have a lot of stuff. And yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. The whole purpose of this is I want to catalog what this room looks like now, because there's going to be a big old overhaul coming up in the next couple of months, as you'll slowly start seeing little changes. And one of the major changes here is going to be this side right here, but I'll explain that another day when it happens. So if you start seeing some changes in my background, just don't panic. There's a reason for it, because I have a lot of things. Now this is going to be pretty fun, so I'm just going to catalog pretty much what I'm doing now, and then check in back with you guys maybe in a couple of years if I'm still on YouTube. So it's gonna be very interesting because I have a lot of stuff, guys, and just kind of want to show you guys my card room. In fact, I don't even know if I should call this a card room because I have so much stuff. I think we should just call it the hobby room, right? I don't know, guys, you guys tell me. So come follow me, and I'll show you guys a thing or two about a thing or two. Alright guys, so I guess we'll start here, since everybody always seems to love my binders and what they look like and how organized they are, always sending me messages and comments, and you've inspired me, so kudos to you guys if I inspired you to make your collection look like this. Now, if you're new to my channel, I am a set builder. Okay, I'm not done with these binders. I got to put the years up here, which I did in my old binders. These are the old binders. I'm just upgrading my binders to a newer sticker, so they make them look all pretty awesome and, the same pretty much. So I got to get rid of these and put some new binders, but I did have a theme of the year, of the brand, of the team, of the player that won the World Series. So that's pretty much my theme right here, okay? So the Yankees won in '56. Okay, I put a Don Larson card in there, and it's a Topps brand. I just need to put the years. I just got to buy those decals, and yeah, I'll be done with those. As far as my teams go, I just pretty much put a star player of the team. Okay, I kind of explained what my teams are looking like already, so you guys can go back to another video if you guys are new to the channel and want to see what these look like. My Dodger one, that's pretty awesome. I made a video actually making this a long time ago. That's pretty cool. I'm very artsy. And then over here, I got some of these other binders. Now, I am going to say this. There's going to be an overhaul with my binders, okay? These right here are pretty much all my extra binders that I don't need no more. But they still hold my 9 pocket pages, okay? So that's why I haven't gotten rid of these yet. Over here, I'm going to try to minimize my binders and then kind of make them just 2 racks only, so then I have space to put other stuff right here. So unfortunately, I am not going to go full gone out binders anymore as I once was. Now I'm just kind of simplifying my collection a little bit, so I decided that I'm just going to have just pretty much 2 racks full of binders of stuff that I want to collect only. So I'm slowly going to start, getting rid of some themes and putting some more cards together on the binders and whatnot. Okay, so in this corner, let me back up a little bit. Now, these are my card frames. I was once doing a video on my card frames, and I would switch them up every month and make a video on them. Well, I scratched that because that's a lot of work, and I don't got time for that anymore. So what I did here was pretty much, and man, I wish I can give a shout out to the person who I saw this video from, but I just can't remember. But I saw somebody who I was following who have these frames or very similar ones, and every time they would get a pickup, they would just throw them in the frames, okay? And at the end of the year, they would just take out the cards and do a year in review, and then the following year start adding new cards of all the new stuff they're picking up. So that's kind of what I'm doing. Every time I get cards, I'm putting them here. I know there's a little spoiler alert because there's a couple cards that I haven't made a video on, but I'll explain them to you guys, once I get there. And then once I make a video, they go here. They're gonna stay here till the end of the year, and then I'll take these down, and then Eventually I'll make videos on these and go here, and it'll just be like a never-ending cycle, if that makes sense. Up there are some frames that I haven't really put up on my wall. They're just kind of on top of there. Nice little Honus Wagner right there. Here's my Papa Bell. Cool Papa Bell. Okay. Now I do have a lot of frames that I kind of want to put here and up there, but I'm gonna kind of explain to you guys something once we get here. Okay. Now this is my turntables. As y'all know, I'm a DJ, kind of active, but not really. More of a retiree. I just play for fun and have record nights. And yeah, check out my titties. Yeah, how about that? Some Technics, son. Yep, had these for a very long time. I've been DJ for about 20 years. I just no longer do house parties because I'm an old man and I can't carry speakers, records, and turntables, and a crate of records anymore. So those days are gone. When I DJ, I just have a little carry case. That's it. All right, moving along. Let me show you guys some of, let's go look at the records real quick. For those of you guys who are wondering the type of music that I listen to, well, a little bit of everything, okay? We'll kind of go slowly. I'm sure a lot of you guys never heard of these people. Of course. But if you're a music fan, then you probably heard of everybody here. And yeah, this is pretty much ranges from like 1930s to like 1980s. Scrambled with some, you know, some of the modern stuff. I don't really know what's on the hit parade because I'm not that type of guy, since I listen to more of this stuff, and they don't play this stuff or this stuff on the radio. So I don't have no idea what's on the hit parade, but I have a lot of records, guys, and these are all my 45s, all these right here. I don't know why my Nintendo 64 is doing there, but these are all 45s, and trust me, guys, I have a lot more in the room. So these are my records. If you guys want to know, you guys can look up some of these artists if you guys are unfamiliar, because they're all badass. Trust me, all badass. Hey, look at it. A Johnny Burnett. Crazy, two of the same people. I never do that. Okay, guys, now we're in this side of the town, and this is the part where it gets very interesting, okay? Now, I do have a little mess right here, but it's a good mess. All it is just pretty much empty boxes, which I just got to throw away. I have some records that are going to be selling or, you know, donating, whatever. I have no idea what I'm going to do with those yet. That's pretty much a box. So once I get rid of these boxes and that, then I can finally put my shoes away and, you know, my jeans, and all this is open space. But I'm not there yet. And my closet pretty much has all my picture frames. But check this out, guys. This is my corner. This is my little rack that I have like 5,000 count boxes in, which I have some more up there. But it's just easier access for me to kind of organize some baseball cards and just throwing them in there. But eventually I want to throw my office, whatever you call that, a shelf, I forgot what you call that, office shelf, and put it here so that I can make more little racks right here. And this is going to be pretty much all my video game stuff. As right now I have all my bobblehead stuff. As you can see, all my bobblehead stuff is up here. But I kind of want to turn it around and put it behind me. All my bobblehead stuff. So I want to pretty much throw it all up here, but I have frames in the closet. So I kind of have to figure that out because, yeah, there's a lot of them. And then see, these are some of my autographed figurines. Look at that. Steve Garvey with a broken hand. Crazy. I wonder what happened. It must have happened during shipping when I was moving from point A to point B. Look at that. Steve Carlton lost his tattoo somehow. But these are all autographs from a collection that I bought like well over 10 years ago. Here's some Rod Carew, Eddie Matthews. You have Ted Williams, and Grande Babino, and his bobblehead right there as a Dodger. You got Joe DiMaggio autographed. You got George Brett, Roy Campanella. And then these are pretty much my figurines when I was a kid, my Hasbro figurines, my WWF. So eventually I'm gonna get a ring and then just throw them all in there. My self-made wrestling belt when I was a kid, that's what I used to do. That's pretty funny. And then a couple of my retro games from WWF. So eventually I'm gonna have my whole aisle just of WWF stuff. Eventually I just threw them on here for now. These are all my retro games right now. I'm slowly pulling them out and I'm slowly buying some, okay? Now, I'll make a video on that separately because there's a couple gems that I bought in there that I want to share with you guys, since I mentioned to you guys that I want to start a retro game collection. Well, I've already started a retro game collection since I've been playing retro games for a long time. I'm just buying more of them now. That's all. It's nothing. It's not necessarily a collection since I'm still playing. So it's a little debate. I don't know what you guys will call that. For other people who don't play the games, I guess for them it's a collection. But for me, I still play. So I'm not sure what you will call it. I don't know. So eventually, long story short, what I want to do is just add some more racks down here, move this stuff over here, and then just have a whole wall just of, all my retro games. And then all my bobblehead stuff, move it behind here. That's what I plan on doing. And then kind of minimize, my binders to just 2 racks only, and then use some of this stuff for, some other baseball stuff, or I don't know, maybe I'll have my WWF theme right here. I don't know, my room ain't that big, so I'm just trying to use every inch as I could. I still haven't decided what I'm gonna put behind this little door. On this door is pretty much the restroom, so I can't put anything in there. And yeah, that's what I have so far for you guys. That's my office where I do all the filming, all the sorting, and all the office work. My famous black book with all my dudes' numbers. Yeah, look at that. Pretty funny. Oh, and by the way, I'll show you guys something real quick, but let me pause it. When I said I'll show you guys something real quick, I meant my dog. Nah, I'm just kidding. Check this out, guys. This is actually what I'm playing right now. Me and my wife are playing Tetris, and she thinks she's better than me, but turns out last night she got pretty mad that I beat her 3 times in a row. I still got my PS3 right there, but this is my vintage lamp right here, and I don't know, this guy reminds me of Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air for some reason. It's very vintage inspired. And by the way, if you guys don't know that, I eat a lot of candies, so that's what we have a tray there, and there's another one on the other side. But back to the card room. So that's where I'm at right now, guys. I'm gonna be doing a big old overhaul, trying to minimize this. I forgot to even show you guys my train stuff that's up here. I have a whole lot of train stuff. I have a lot of hobbies. I don't know what to tell you. I have a lot of stuff. So that's my room tour for now. We'll do an update a year now, maybe 2 years from now, and it's gonna look a lot different. Trust me, it's gonna look a lot different. So until then, I'll see you guys all later. Toodles.